king of the Wild Hunt sailed aboard the Naglfair, a giant longship that traveled between worlds. As Gels had advised, the Witcher set out to find the Sunstone, an artifact needed to draw Deireadh into a trap.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is part 33. It's fine. In the previous part I said it might be the last one, and I almost want to repeat this phrase. Maybe it will be the last one. In the previous part, I helped Ciri with her quest, with her task. We visited Avallac'h's laboratory. We visited Highlands. That's it. And I did a contract. I did a contract here. I found Witcher from a School of Cat, and I did a quest with Philippa to find Sunstone. So I did quite some quests. And I'll just check. What is this? Exclamation mark. That's it. And I will. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Okay. And I will continue the main quest.
The old god
Someone placed an illusion here.
You didn't bring but a single scurvy run. No wonder he cursed us.
What are you doing here?
What? The sun flying from the moon? We're making offerings to the Old God, clearly.
You too can seek his aid. That's if you got fitting offerings. He scorned ours, then cursed the old village.
The All-God, you call him. First I've heard. Is some new deity?
Nay, 'tis ancient, revered by our forefathers. They say it were like this. Roslav of Oriton came here to gather brushwood. And suddenly, for no reason, a bush burst into flame. Then, Roslav heard a voice from the ground, demanding offerings and obedience.
We've been coming here since then, bearing gifts, in exchange for which the All God watches over us, keeps us from evil.
Mm-hmm. Plain to see that. So, what's wrong with your offerings?
You needn't mock us. You can see right well we brought scraps. Before the war, I wouldn't give this such to me hounds. But what can we do? Such are the times.
And they're like to get worse. All God said if he don't get a rafter of bacon and a barrel of beer at least, the rivers will fill up with frogs and locusts or some such will devour the harvest.
I could intercede on your behalf with this All-God of yours. Got a feeling we'd come to an understanding.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt to try. To speak with him, you have to stand before the altar and cry out, "All God, help a poor wretch in need." Who knows, he might just listen to a foreigner.
Crazy God.
Oh, All-God, Help a poor wretch in need. Pretty please.
How dare you disturb my divine rest, mortal?
I dare disturb it because I want your divine self to lift the, curse you cast. Those peasants really don't have...
They must bring worthy offerings or they shall face drought, driving hail, earthquakes, avalanches. I have spoken.
Avalanches? Here? How would that work? No answer from the All-God. Fine. We can finish our conversation when I find him. Voice came from underground. Wine. More like vinegar. Someone drank it anyway. Could follow the scent.
What? Who dares disturb my divine being?
Geralt of Rivia. Pleasure. Expected the All-God to be corporeal in form, but never thought he'd be corpulent. Fattened up nicely at those peasants' expense.
Expense? Expense? Not a word about the help I give in return. Blessings, absolutions, enlightened advice. Believe me, these folks need all of it. I'd watch over them still if they fulfilled their end. But lately they offer these pathetic scraps.
That they steal from the mouths of their children, and to make matters worse, you cast a curse on them.
And I'll not lift it till they bring me worthy offerings. I'm to settle for curds and whey? Not a chance. And you can tell them that.
Been in this hole long?
For a century or so. One winter I found shelter here. Built a fire so large the flames leapt through the crack, lit the bushes above. I coughed from the smoke, and suddenly heard a peasant. A voice out of nowhere, he called. A miracle. Thus, I became a god.
Parasite, more like.
Maybe so. But what of Freya and Melitele then, Demanding prayers and offerings, given naught in return? I talk at least.
He might seem adequate, but realistically speaking, I don't have this kind of impression that it's a good creature or something like that. Not only he demands offerings, but also he's not doing anything productive, you see. In the last time that I played, I chose the settle for humble offerings or die. He accepts that. But you cannot touch him at all. You can say, fine, I'll tell them. But what's the point of it? Like, it clearly is really a parasite, you see? Just like Geralt said. So, you should not kill kind of intelligent creatures or creatures that are avoiding problems. For example, Dopplers, okay? Maybe Dopplers is not the best example. But maybe Succubus or something. They seem to be more or less adequate. So you can probably spare them. But this creature, he's not even doing anything normal. Like, I don't want to kill him, but what's the option? He's clearly a parasite. Whatever. And people believe that there's some kind of a god.
Got an idea how to resolve this. I'll just kill you.
This is a jest. Whosoever looks upon my godliness must die.
Anything new?
Got good news. Your god's dead. It was actually a run-of-the-mill monster, sentient but mean. Took advantage of you. You went hungry, while it grew new chins.
What have you done? The old god warned us. Said if he ever departed, death would await us all. Come on, Tribor. We must tell the others. Only group prayer can save us now.
I see it's a very typical situation for this game. If you tell him to accept less, to demand less than he's demanding right now, in such situation you will people will be happy and this guy will be alive. But at the same time, people will keep belief in these weird things and keep bringing offerings to this creature. While, as Geralt said, they are not eating, but this creature grows additional chins. But if you actually kill this creature, people start to complain, "Oh no, what have you done? You killed our god." In the end, I always come back to this phrase, as I said. The public is too stupid to be entrusted with things they enjoy.
The king of the Wild Hunt sailed aboard the Naglfar, a giant longship that traveled between worlds. As Gels had advised, the Witcher set out to find the Sunstone, an artifact needed to draw Deireadh into a trap.
How can you allow public to make a choice? See, and that's a big problem. There's always this problem. There's always this problem with you kind of want to make people free, to let them choose, and that's how it should be in democracy. But at the same time, if you don't force people to do some good things, or more like enforce certain rules, then people start to do weird things, and that's absolutely awful.
So you're back. Was right, wasn't I?
It's a big problem.
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
Kinda sad. You always end up with this
So long.
unsolvable situations where you need to choose something, but you don't know what to choose. So you end up choosing something for the sake of choosing, but in the end I don't know. Why do I always feel bad when I make these choices? It's impossible to play this game. And still, I wouldn't consider myself super emotional. Imagine making these choices, killing certain people or making some decisions and then crying because you made a wrong choice or something like that. That's just awful. Whatever. So I guess it could be worse.
I never doubted you would. But why did you? You might have just asked me.
To hear you reveal all about your experiments with the Elder Blood gene? Unlikely.
I've hidden nothing that could be useful in our struggle against Deireadh. As regards the Elder Blood, you're all aware Ciri is exceptional. I am alone only in knowing to what extent.
Or maybe you're just obsessed with her.
I'm obsessed. Yes, Geralt?
I'll...
So long.
Did I say?
Yes, Geralt?
I suppose...
We found the Sunstone.
Gelban's gift to Dillion of the White Fleet. As legend has it, she never used the stone, and Gelban died of sorrow.
Won't keep Deireadh waiting that long.
It seems we've everything. We can go. Keep in mind, once we commit, there'll be no returning.
I suppose this is... we're approaching the end.
I'm ready. High time we set sail. Undvik awaits.
In that case, let's go.
This is a point of no return.
You will position yourselves on the cliffs. Here, here, and...
Thank you. I believe we know how to form a circle.
Even those of us who lack eyes for the moment.
I simply wish to avoid... Oh, Geralt. We were waiting for you.
That's nice of you. You were about to explain your plan?
It's simple. Which does not mean it will be easy to execute. I shall activate the Sunstone. If Caranthea answers the call, the Nagle Fair should appear in the bay shortly afterwards. The Lodge must then prevent the ship from returning to the world of the NL, while the Imperial fleet blocks its escape by sea. The 7th Imlet's Infantry Regiment under Duke Varatra must then board it. With your help, naturally.
Varatra. Is that the same Varatra that Rosa and the other one, two sisters? It's their father or something?
What about you? Where will you be?
Waiting in reserve. If something goes wrong, I shall react.
Like a general commanding troops from a hilltop? Gonna signal us by horn or use messengers?
Exquisite irony, but what did I do to deserve it? Have I given you cause to doubt my intentions?
Ladies and gentlemen, less talk, more action, please. Sisters, we must scale the cliffs.
Good luck.
Plan's missing one important element. What about Ciri?
Ciri will wait, at a safe distance from the Nagle Fair.
Wild guess? Not what you had in mind.
No, I wanted to go with you. That was my idea.
But I won't allow it. Far too great a risk.
Well, can't say you're wrong there.
I thought I could at least count on you to treat me seriously.
Never treat you any other way, you know that. You can't defeat Deireadh. Don't stand a chance. Damn it, I don't know if I can. So stay away from him, far away.
Ciri, do you swear to stay on shore?
Do I have a choice?
Where are you going?
For a walk. Or is that not allowed either? Because I could break my leg.
Oh yes. The Elder Blood can be fiery.
Didn't sound convinced.
No. But I can't very well tie her up and teleport her away, can I?
Definitely advise against trying that.
Time is short. If you wish to do something, brew your substances or whatnot. Do it now. You won't get the chance later. I shall await you by the boats, amongst the soldiers.
The music. I knew it.
Triss, everything all right?
Yes. I just wanted a moment to talk to you before it begins.
Chin up. The hunt's weakened. We've got...
No more about the battle. Just hold me and say something nice.
Just like that is awful. Don't make such comments.
All this snow makes me think of Kovir.
And what do you think about?
That it's like this all year there. Dark and cold. And you know what? It won't bother me one bit.
It won't?
No. Because the days might be short. But the nights will be long. I can't wait.
Unbelievable. You said something romantic. You, Geralt of Rivia.
Moment of weakness.
Well, none of those during the battle, please. If anything should happen to you.
Can't think about that.
So what am I supposed to think about?
Emir Var Emrys, on parade. Completely naked.
Ah, Geralt, you're so charming when you try to be funny.
Try? Take it back. That was a great joke.
Sure. I love you, you know.
You trying to make me cry? Ciri'd never let me forget it. Go on, get it.
Wow.
Love you too.
The map of the north. Well, I suppose we don't need any potions, so that's it.
Lidair corpse is Deireadh sonde.
Hog ep daibai es a femtul anke
Sonderorde e prion severat.
I suppose that's the last part. With part 33.
Are you here to spy or haggle?
Can't play one.
So long.
It all finishes on part 33. Well, I still have DLCs, so sad, but you know.
So, Geralt. Ready?
Let's get these bastards.
With pleasure, Geralt. With pleasure.
I give you my heart? What kind of spell is that?
It's an old love letter. Ancient. As I said, this stone was to reunite a pair of lovers.
Never thought I'd say anything of the sort to Eredin. En verilith Sirenad, Ada Eich Blaine, Ida May.
The elven bauble worked.
They approach.
sword, Geralt.
Aizio, Galevuane.
Follow me. The Noggle Fair must be nearby.
It's funny, this frozen views make me think about prices with those aliens.
Silence. It's completely still.
It's a trap. We must flee, now.
Not this time.
Note, Ciri. You are not ready. You do not control your powers.
I'll manage.
Ciri!
Get out of my way.
Ciri! The ice. It's a spell. You must find the mage who cast it. Destroy his staff.
I'll not stop with his staff.
This is where the fun begins. They make it as epic as it's possible.
Almost, Ciri. Almost. Diolch. Witcher, so be it. Let us end this.
Lost your nerve?
Violent.
Like that silver.
You see, it's not so simple. I know where that came from. You cannot win, even should you kill me. Violent.
Teleportation is unbalanced. Fix this city project, right? I have a potion for it. Something based on buckthorn or something like that. But I don't need it.
seen Ciri?
She was with your elf!
Why am I fighting them?
Who's next? Who wants to taste Skelliger steel?
Hjalmar, you seen Ciri?
By the Naglfar! We'll drown all you bastards till the bay's black with your corpses!
I like that silver.
Damage them? Oh boy.
Any last words?
Set the trap. Fight.
You had your chance.
Witcher. I was hoping you'd come.
Because?
I've something to tell you. But I'll do so afterwards.
As you expire. Go on. Show me your spins, pirouettes, and feints. I want to watch.
Fire is not working. That's interesting. That was some nice damage. R, what are you doing, R?
Avallac'h has tricked us both. He set us against each other, and he's made off with Ciri.
I don't believe you.
The king is dead.
Where's Ciri?
What? I thought you knew.
All I know is Avallac'h might have betrayed us. What the? That a storm?
Geralt, look! I find it damned hard to believe, but the gate between the worlds is open. We must reach the tower, quickly. Stop Avallac'h, while this can still be reversed.
What are we gonna find there?
If the tomes are to be believed, nature's laws will cease to hold. Gravity, time, Undvik, all of it will be turned on its head.
Exaggerating for effect, right?
Not one bit. The conjunction of spheres has begun. The worlds, they're aligned, permeate one another. Avallac'h could use this. Bring the NL here, or something far worse.
At least we know where to look for Ciri.
Follow me, and stay alert.
We need to focus. What do you think Avallac'h wants from her?
Same as Deireadh, I imagine. He will use it to open a gate between the worlds.
Shit. An earthquake?
We must hurry. Damn it! That ship's about to disintegrate.
Hide in the hollow on the other side. Go!
Grab the horse. We'll save time.
Usually that's how we imagine the apocalypse.
And giants shall face giants in battle, just like the mountains.
This is not right, not yet. The conjunction is just beginning.
What'll happen next?
I don't know, Geralt. I'd rather not find out.
More on the way.
We must hurry, Geralt. The gates between the worlds are growing wider.
Tremors are getting worse.
We've not much time.
Where I am? Abandoned village. not sure why all of this is actually happening. Like, it's not the death of Deireadh that is caused all of this. Why would the White Cross suddenly appear here in the mainland? Not sure.
Damn! Avallac'h surrounded the tower with a magic barricade.
Can you dismantle it?
Dismantle? No, I can make a tear at best. But only for a moment, because there's no...
Specifics, Yen. Will we both get through?
No! You must go alone!
I'll come back. With Ciri.
I know! Agored! Tiggy! Now, Geralt! I'm fine! Now go! And give Avallac'h my heartfelt regards!
Sign. They removed everything. That's interesting. I'm not sure why.
Geralt. So unfortunate. I'd hoped you wouldn't have to witness this.
Where's Ciri?
Nearby. Listen.
Shut up. I've heard enough of your bullshit. Draw your weapon. Let's get this over with. Spare you?
I think you will not attack one unarmed.
Wouldn't be so sure. I'm in a foul mood.
I am not your foe. I am merely helping Cirilla.
I don't believe you. Can't. Not after all that's happened.
Will you believe me?
Avallac'h speaks the truth. I asked him to help me open the tower, because I aim to enter it.
Why the hell would you do this? The Wild Hunt's been defeated.
The White Frost has not. The prophecies are true. I have seen worlds bound in ice. I know what awaits you. Only the Elder Blood can stop the White Frost. Only I can stop it.
You don't have to make this sacrifice.
You're wrong. The White Frost is inevitable. It will come to freeze the worlds one after the other, eradicating all life. Only I can stop the destruction. I've given it much thought and made my decision.
There's gotta be another way.
What can you know about saving the world, silly? You're but a witcher. This is my story, not yours. You must let me finish telling it.
Don't do this to me. Please, not now.
Geralt, believe me. A tavern, old wine, our boots drying by the fire. I'd like nothing better. I can't. I must try. For you, Yen, Triss, for everyone. Keep your fingers crossed.
The choices that you make, the things that she was thinking about, the images that they were showing, it's basically those choices, they influence the final outcome, the destiny of a character. In this case Ciri, but more like characters in general.
The gentleman will follow.
What do those poor elves ever do to them?
Captain! Report. 4th Kite Squadron. The Fundsberg Division as a whole. Deserters.
Yes, General Voorhis know?
He's at the briefing. They're not letting anyone in.
Nonsense. Get in there and report to him at once.
Things are kinda grim in Nilfgaard. More like for Mir. It's kinda interesting discovering all these endings, you know.
The Redanians will be here shortly. The decision must be taken now. If the Emperor refuses, someone else must do it.
How dare you?
His Majesty would have been a cold corpse if my men hadn't stopped the assassin last night.
And you believe that gives you the right to be arrogant?
What I believe is that another attempt is imminent, and I can't be sure we'll be able to stop it.
Interesting.
Yes, hen es Gwyn.
Speak. Ciri is dead.
How did it happen?
The White Cold. You're familiar with the prophecy? Ciri tried to stop it. She did, but paid the ultimate price.
Where is the body?
I doubt it'll ever be found.
Who else knows?
Avallac'h, Elven Sage. But I doubt you'll find him either.
And Yennefer?
She's decided to stay in the north. Provided you don't object.
I don't. And you?
Someone's waiting for me.
Triss Merigold. Fear not. I do not intend to have her pursued. Did Cirilla say... Did she ask you to convey anything?
Everyone knows about Geralt's private life. That is awful. Dijkstra. Now Emir, maybe Radovid as well. This is just... that is awful. Oh, poor Geralt.
She regretted not getting a chance to say goodbye.
Did she tell you this? Really?
Didn't have to. She wanted to make peace. I know that. If there's nothing else...
There is, but you may go. Witcher, I do not wish to see you ever again.
You will not, because this is your end. As official as it can be. Unfortunately, maybe. Though he's quite arrogant.
Need any help? With a wagon?
We'll manage, mate.
We thank you for your concern.
Aye. 'Cause you don't look like no wheelwright, that's sure.
Change is coming.
Well, that's the truth of it.
The Nilfgaardians have fled, the Redanians have barely arrived, and bandits sense the void, practically feel they have free reign.
Barely got away, then busted a wheel and watched our horses run off into the wood.
Sure you don't need any help?
I believe we will manage.
Where are you headed? Nearest inn, by the looks of it.
Yeah. Supposed to meet someone first, at the former campsite of the Nilfgaardians. You take care now.
Good luck.
Where am I? Okay, the White Orchard.
Run, Roach.
Well, I suppose that everything is more or less fine, which makes
slow now.
The ending pretty decent. But we'll see. And this is why I said in one of the previous parts that I feel like it's probably not correct, but I feel like I'm doing things based on the endings.
Slower.
But I think this problem comes from the fact that it's not the first time that I play this game. And it creates a problem. But as I said, this problem comes from the fact that you replayed the game. If you played it for the first time, you probably don't have all these problems. When I played it for the first time, as sad as it sounds, I think I ended up with Ciri being dead. I ended up with trees, I think. Though I'm not sure. And I guess that's it. I think I'm sure about the fact that Ciri was dead, but about other choices I'm really not sure. Because I thought about Dijkstra, but now that I think about it, I'm not sure I remember what was the ending of all this situation. I think I was doing quests. Basically, I was doing quests as a normal player, but I ended up kind of helping them kill Radovid, but I don't quite remember what I did with Roach, whether I helped him or not.
Master Ort.
It was over
Probably got held back
5 years ago. It was so long ago. It's kind of crazy if you think about it.
You're late.
Soldiers.
Blocking the roads, I know. No matter. You have it?
As agreed. 38.5-inch blade. Weight just under 40 ounces. Silver-plated siderite steel core. Glyphs and runes both the length of the blade and on the hilt.
Beautiful.
Been in this trade for 3 decades. Only the best swordsman of the coin for my wares. When I say no witcher has, or ever had, a better weapon, you ought to trust me.
Reputation precedes you, Master Ort. I'd never doubt you.
The inscription, as you asked.
Ciri. Swallow.
Classic Elder Speech runes, no styling, simple and precise.
May I?
It is yours. If you'd like to test it, had my lackeys put out a training dummy.
Mm-hmm. Your payment. Gems only, as requested.
If you've an eye out for work, heard of striggers prowling the Maribor forest.
Thanks. Need to visit the tavern first, but after, who knows?
Good luck on the path, Witcher.
Something begins. I think one thing that is that I feel a little bit sad about, or kind of sad guilty, it's this situation with Yen, because now you see the problem in this situation is the fact that you already have this kind of a relationship with her, or some whatever, if you can call it a relationship. I don't like to find myself in such situations. When you start something with someone, you are single, that person is single, you speak, and then if you get into a romantic relationship, there is no problem. So if Geralt is single and Triss is single, it feels fine, right? More or less. But because Geralt is kinda with Yennefer, and they're they kind of have some kind of feelings or whatever. Very weird relationship, at least for me, where girl is fine with Yennefer being bossy and having all those absolutely awful traits of character, sarcasm and as I said, her kind of dominant nature or whatever. Though I can't really say that Geralt doesn't have any personality, doesn't have any willpower to refuse or something like that. So it's a very weird situation because Geralt got actually at least based on how it looks, he got a but he got a strong personality. He's not someone who will say, "Oh yes, yes, please." See, he's not shy. He can say no if it's necessary. Same for yes. He can say yes in situations where it's needed. And so they got a very weird relationship, and I feel weird about all the situation. I feel kind of guilty that I didn't really choose Yen. But at the same time, her comments are super toxic. She
every inch, is that clear? Every fucking molo. Sir. Don't interfere. Military operation underway.
In my field? Midst my grain? Do you know which word?
Well, we dug up a chest of Nilfgaardian gold out by a boundary line. Would you wager your grain's dearer? Now, I expect, if we're thorough, we're likely to find more. Midst your grain.
But...
Off you go. And be sure to stay in the village. We'll want a word with you.
So all the situation with Yen is weird. Sometimes she seems to be nice, but there are other moments where she's making all those sarcastic comments. She can't just get over and move on the fact that girl chose Triss. And I just don't know. I feel so confused.
Not so fast, Roach.
Field. Harrowing, digging it up.
Now? Why they'll destroy his harvest, trample the grain?
Grain. Folks say the Blackens buried something in that field. Commanded Milos to sow wheat to hide it.
Oh.
Come on, let's see if they found anything.
It's actually kind of interesting because we are riding to this inn, but basically it all ends where it all started.
The war has caused damages that must be repaired. Taxes shall henceforth be doubled. All who remit payment to the treasury shall receive a note for the equivalent sum.
Meaning they'll be burning witches.
How are we going to find witches around here?
Don't you worry.
Hey, Not so fast, Roach.
We survived. Mission accomplished.
Is it done?
Yes.
Did he believe you?
I have no idea.
For the cockatrice. And we've a new contract. It won't pay much, but I think it worth the toil.
You've been busy. It's yours.
A witch's sword. Swallow. Ooh, beautiful. May I?
Not here. You'll have ample opportunity soon enough, Witcher.
Let's try it out then.
The Third Northern War was a clash between two great strategists. Radovid V, known as the Stern, and Emir Bar-Eris. Both seemed invincible, yet both were defeated. Nilfgaard, invading from the south, was repelled in the field, while the North's supreme leader fell victim to assassins. Yet Redanius stood victorious, and the man who had thus far operated in shadow took up the reins of power. That man was Sigismund Dijkstra. Once firmly in the Chancellor's seat, Dijkstra ruled the victorious North in his patently cynical and ruthless manner. He knew that to preserve peace, he would need to prepare for war. Following Nilfgaard's example, he consolidated his rule over vast lands through a broad program of settlement and industrialization, all for the good of his subjects, though often contrary to their will. As long as his armies went from one victory to the next, Emir's subjects remained boundlessly obedient. When a string of humiliating defeats proved Var Emreis fallible, the opposition, thus far secret, attacked. The subjects of the Emperor who had danced on the graves of his foes laid him to rest in a tomb of his own. While the continent bled engulfed by war, Skellige bloomed under Ceres's enlightened rule. Unlike those who had come before her, the young queen did not raid foreign shores, looking instead to her people, tending to her land. The island-bound nation prospered, though its fangs of yore were dulled. Cirilla, Fiona, Ellen, Rhiannon, heir to Nilfgaard's throne, chose the life of a witcher on the path. Geralt taught her all he knew, every skill he possessed, then each set off on their own. Soon word of the ashen-haired witcheress had spread throughout the north, from the Yaruga to the mountains of Kovir. Hard as it may be to believe, Geralt planted roots in faraway Kovir. He and Triss settled down, their home warm and smelling of freshly baked cakes. Guests were always welcome, no matter the day or the hour. The Witcher would take jobs at times more from habit than need, for Triss earned a true fortune as the mage advisor to Kovir's king.
Well, I suppose we got all the good endings. What is funny is that, as you can see, sometimes in the end, it's exactly as I was saying, sometimes you need to force people to do something. And they said that Dijkstra was doing something, sometimes he was doing things against the will of his people, but it was for their own good. So in the end, you see, we always end up in this situation where maybe it's not always, the public maybe won't always understand the final goal and the kind of the why are you doing this, but in the end, if you're doing it for the greater good, I mean, it shouldn't be like the end justified the means, as it was with Gellert Grindelwald, using all the possible means. But it's true that in this case, it seems like Dijkstra is the best option, because if it's Radovid, he's completely mad. He's killing and burning mages, killing non-humans, so it's a complete madness. Same goes for Emir, who actually conquers just for the sake of conquering. And apparently, as I said, Dijkstra is even though you don't want to choose, and I didn't want to choose, but like, from these three options, it seems like Dijkstra is the most adequate one, because he ended up modernizing in their cities, making the industrialization and stuff. So it seems like even though I can't say that I really like Dijkstra because he's being sarcastic as well, he's making all those comments, but and he's doing it maybe in a different manner, but he's doing good for his kind of people, the same way as Ceres is doing. As you saw, Ceres, while being a queen, she is actually making better for this. She made things better for the Skellige Isles because people are now prosperous, things are doing good, and everything is fine. This is how it's supposed to be. See, this is how rulers are supposed to be. Rulers are not supposed to be plotting and scheming, like it was the case for Radovid and Emir. And if it's Hjalmar who is the ruler of the Skellige Isles, then things are actually bad because his main goal becomes his obsession with Nilfgaard. He keeps attacking them, raiding them, and continuing this absolutely useless war, which clearly shows it's yet another example how that actually wars, they are not benefiting people because they don't give anything useful. People keep dying, resources are being wasted, and all of that for what? This is the Ceres rule is the best example of how it should be. You should not continue useless wars when they're not needed. Focus on your internal problems, focus on economy, on making things better, and you will be prosperous. And that's it. This is what you need. Well, as I said, Dijkstra is doing a little bit the same, just in a different manner. He's been more kind of ruthless and sarcastic and stuff, but it's I guess from two evils, this is the least one. Nothing really. I just finished the game, but that's it. You have unlocked this ability, so I don't need a new game plus. I will continue and end up in a Kaer Morhen. In the castle, which is absolutely empty. I can finish my Witcher contracts, and I think this is what I'll do. I'll try to do all these missions, quests, and I will do some Witcher contracts and that's it. I think this is how I'll finish this part, and in the next part I'll start the DLC, but I'm not sure. We'll see, because there are a lot of quests here, and I think it might take some time to finish them. Let's make a secondary quest. We can help the tools to Fergus. Okay, we can start this Master Armor quest. Great, what do you mean by great? I'm not sure what you mean by great. The problem is if you choose Emir, Temeria ends up being a vassal state, and as I was reading the ending a couple of days ago, and endings, and basically Emir finishes his he conquers all north, so I'm not sure it's a good idea. That's the problem, you see. So because you end up being in a vassal state, and there are actually, well, he's not killing mages, So he's better than Radovid because he's not as mad as him, but he's still conquering territories for what? It feels weird. I was checking one of the previous parts that I recorded, and I actually I have noticed that this fast travel sign, crossroad sign, you don't have it until some crucial moment, maybe Baron's death or something. I'm not sure, maybe even later. Because at some point I was wondering, I was like, I didn't see it, and apparently so it appears in the middle of the game somewhere. So it's not, you can't fast travel here in the very beginning, which is kind of weird because it's actually the beginning of the game that you mostly do quests here. You're not you don't really come here in the late game. There's nothing to do here.
How may I assist you?
Yeah, I know that. But the problem is that when they said that they've added this crossroads sign, I thought that it will be available there since the very beginning, but it's not. So it's a very funny situation.
Found these.
Well, goose kick me. These look like the real thing.
Because they are. Look at the markings. Authentic. How did you get them?
Long story. Might tell it someday, but right now I need that armor.
Harman ep Grönekan, Lieutenant General of the 2nd Mounted Army. Welcome to our humble establishment. A true honor to host one of such renown. I've heard the General's a connoisseur and collector of armor.
This is true, and they call you a master of the craft.
All too kind, sir, truly.
I need a suit of armor, heavy, able to withstand piercing projectiles.
Piercing projectiles? Oh, bolts, you mean? That ain't easy. Needs a special alloy, tempering.
The new tools. We can do it. Stoke the fire, I'll ready the rest.
Bold, your worker. You allow her much.
You know how it is, General. Good help's hard to come by. We should go outside. There's business to discuss.
It's always the same. I've had enough.
Enough?
They treat me like I'm nobody. The menial labour. Truth is, the Nilfgaardian, the one Fergus is kissing up to, I'll have to craft his armour. Yours too, for that matter.
So what's Fergus do?
Horseshoes, nails, not much else he can do, seeing as he cocks up simple bones. But in the end, they call him Master. No one'd ever think I could be a skilled armourer, a human and a woman to boot. A dwarven blacksmith, that's another story.
I didn't know that. I think I've read some updates about it when it was maybe 1 or 2 years ago, before the enhanced edition, and I've seen that it's actually they made some improvements, and one of those improvements was the crossroad sign in this fortress or whatever it is. But I didn't see that it appears at some point of the game.
If that's the case, stand your ground. Don't let him treat you like this.
I won't. Not anymore. He can craft the Nilfgaardian's armour himself. I'll make another suit, and we'll see which one's better. I need but one thing I can't get on my own. Would you help me?
Depends what it is.
To finish the armour, I'll need to harden it, quench it in a bath. Oil's what we usually use, but I want to use acid.
Kicky Moors and Arch-Griffins spit acid.
Arch-Griffins? Draconic Griffins, you mean? Baron's men came by a few days back, said they'd seen one north of Crow's Perch. It had killed some folk out there.
That's amazing. But you see, as you can see, I'm kind of late with this quest because Nilfgaardians are not supposed to be here. They were kicked out of Temeria, Redania, whatever the name of the land is. But they are still here. So you're probably my bad. I was supposed to do it a little bit late. A little bit earlier, but I guess that's it.
Bound to be a notice posted for the Griffin anyway. Could kill two beasts with one stone. Fine, I'll see what I can do.
Bring me the acid and I'll prove I'm better than Fergus. And I'll craft armour for you, lots of it. The kind no other armourer can.
I don't know what other signs did they add. I've heard that they've added some additional ones, and I've seen that it's one of them is in here in Velen. I think they've added some signs near the ports. No, I might be wrong. I'm not sure. Whatever. Never mind. Griffin in the Highlands. Read close if you want to earn good coin and help your fellow man. In the hills north of Crow's Perch, there is some sort of beast lurking about a griffin, it would seem. If you kill it, bring the trophy to the quartermaster of Crow's Perch, and you'll get a fitting reward. Okay. Other things seem to be just random notices, so not really important. Oh no! I made a mistake. Things went horribly wrong.
Who dared to burn the Baron's stable down? The Baron lost it. Blood rushed to
There's an
his
elven
head.
burial ground
Oh!
hereabouts we don't think. The monsters roaming about.
on the stable, you threat wetlands.
There was a quest here.
You'll shut your trap if you want this to be done soon. The man needs to concentrate.
You're our sons, all!
I said shut it! What are you looking at? Want to be next for a thrashing?
What's going on here?
Sir! Me daughter, help us!
My men need some diversion from time to time. They get jumpy elsewise.
I can't let this happen. I won't.
Figured it might end this way. Get him!
Yet again, it's a bloodbath. I don't know what. It always ends the same way. Butcher of Avallac'h, Butcher of Crow's Perch, Butcher of White Orchard. Girls, stop killing people. That is awful. I'm not proud of myself. I
Best give Crow Perch wide berth.
Marco's wife? I can't speak with her. Okay. She's sleeping already. Apparently. Wow. That was fast. From getting abused to sleep. That was fast.
To puke or not to puke, that is the... We've not left. Won't mind if we check, will you? Think... Where's your gold? You can tell us willingly, or...
No, please. We've none left. Sir, help us.
Stay out of this.
Leave them alone.
What's it to you?
Won't stand by and watch you rob and murder them. Plain refuse to.
Got a sensitive one? Look away, woman. Still here. Oi! Get him!
Any last words?
I can block this attack.
You asked for it.
Thank you, sir. I don't know who you are, but I thank you. They'd have slaughtered us like swine.
You see, it's kind of sad because without Baron there are basically no rules, which ends up being a complete anarchy. It ends up being a very sad place, especially that Sergeant. Especially that Sergeant is. Yeah, he's a very. He really. I don't know. He's living in a parallel universe. Like whatever's happening, whatever. Do what you want. And such people, they come to power quite often, which is funny. Funny. More like funny and sad. Curious situation. And of course, with such rulers, you end up being in a...
Oh, you're fucked.
In a...
Kill him! Strip him, then dump him in a ditch!
Dodging them with the crossbow.
Give up!
Can I use Igni in my force?
Ruin my little A's kits!
That's enough of that.
You scared
With such rulers, you end up in a very state of the country or place, wherever they are. It's very sad. Baron was far from being the best ruler. He was not perfect, but at least there were some rules, and people had to respect it. But now that the surgeon is in charge, I think the worst thing in this situation is that people are actually not living. You see, it's a big problem. People stick too much to their houses and to their past.
Slow now. Whoa.
Instead of abandoning those places to actually live a safe life.
That's it. Arch Griffins had a veritable feast.
They keep living. And so they keep suffering.
Stopped feeding here. Moved towards open ground to fly away.
No. I've heard this name, but I didn't play.
Stopped feeding here. Moved towards open ground to fly away.
I might play it in the future, but there are just so many games that I'm not even sure.
Arch Griffin feather. Must have lost it when taking off. Hopefully its nest is nearby.
Do I have an Arch Griffin decoction? Avallac'h, yeah. Nice. If any stamina is available, strong attacks consume all of it and reduce the struck foe's vitality by 5% after their normal damage is calculated. Lash and decoction. Dealt by enemies effect. Oh. It's nothing. Before. Yes, black blood. Okay. Oil. Superior things and bad. That's interesting. But I still need mistletoe. I don't know where to find it. One attack and half of my health is gone. Man, that hurts. This enemy upscaling thing is okay. Wow. What? It might be strong, but it feels like... For some reason, at least before, it felt like... Elementals or gargoyles are the strongest enemies. Or maybe they are the most resistant ones?
Merciful burner! Heard about them sick black ones.
Let's go!
Sent it to Merier. Word is, the pox for that whole village is near Vizimir. Then they cut up the sick while they still breathe.
Oh, the gods will never let that pass. Never!
The young'uns.
Maybe they are the most resistant ones, but it's true that it's kinda long to kill them. And Igni is not working on them, but at least when I was killing basilisks and cockatrice, they weren't that strong. But it doesn't matter, I survived somehow.
What's that you're muttering?
Why is your hair so grey, Deireadh? I don't object to your white monk.
Right, give me the coin. Tails, we clean the shit out of the stable.
Time to water the horses.
Darkness everywhere. I see it all around.
Get out of my sight.
Fancy a gander at our little stockpile.
Heard you had a Griffin problem.
Aye. Killed some villagers north of Crow's Perch. Folk came complaining into the Baron. He finally wearied of all the lamenting, offered a reward for the beast's head.
Good thing, too. I could use some crowns.
Well, folks say all kinds of shite about you lot. We've got to give a witcher his due. Here, fair pay for a fair day's work.
You see, basically, based on this dialogue, they give you an indication when you're supposed to make this mission, make this quest. It's supposed to be during Baron's reign, while he's still there. But it's funny because, okay, I'm level 36, but it's quite recent. But I think I finished Baron's quest when I was level 20 or even before, but this quest is for level 24, so I don't know.
You're back! So, got the acid?
Mm-hmm. Use it carefully. It's about as caustic as things come.
I know. It's burned many a man where I come from. Armour's ready. Now for the last touch. We'll soon see who's better, Fergus or me. Geralt, it's done.
Looks very professional.
Welcome, General. Armour's all ready. Came out splendid, if I do say so myself.
Rather coarse. I trust the appearance does not reflect the quality.
General, I've also made a suit, if you please.
What is the meaning of this?
General Joanna's the master artisan, not Fergus. She crafted this armor to prove it.
For God's sake, Joanna, what do you think you're doing?
Temeria remains a wild land, it seems. Insubordination of this kind is not something we Nilfgaardians allow.
If I may, General, I am Fergus's subordinate in appearance alone. It's what we agreed, as few would ever believe a woman to be a better armourer than a dwarf.
You are right. I, for one, do not think it possible. But you are confident in your abilities. Let us put them to the test. Not on dummies, in live combat.
Oh, quite a crowd.
You there, put on this armor.
I'm just here to show me yours.
Mine is not a request.
General, I crafted this armor for a man. It can't fit me properly.
Then find another to wear it.
Geralt, will you help?
Fine. Hope I won't regret this.
Don your armor, both. I will await outside.
That armor looks like a meme.
Bloody hell. I just came here to show me yours.
Does this look to you like armor that stops bolts? Compensate the man. Now, let us see what this other suit is worth.
He's dead and I'm laughing. That's awful, I shouldn't be crying. Oh, I missed. I guess you missed, huh?
Gonna live?
Aye. But this armor's rubbish.
Stand. I wish to see the armor.
Not even a dent.
I am not easily impressed, but I must admit you have succeeded, my dear. Where to, dwarf? You must hear this. The forge is now Miss Joanna's. She will also assume Old Nilfgaardian army requisitions. Is that clear?
Aye, as day.
Your pay for the armor. I will send a man to collect it.
I'll be going too, methinks. Just get my things.
Wait. We needn't part ways, Fergus. You've been a good helper. We could go on that way. But without the lie.
We did make quite the pair.
Well then, go stoke the fire. We've got a customer. He needs armour fit for a witcher. You weren't certain the armour would protect you. Admit it.
Master craftsmanship's something I trust in, something I strive for myself. Wouldn't have asked for legendary tools from Undvik and Archgriffin Acid if you didn't know what you were doing.
Thank you for trusting me. Give us a few days and your armour will be ready. Come on, let me help you get out of that.
What's funny is that they kind of prepare us for some kind of a big thing, you know, something very good. Yet the armor that she gives you in a couple of days, it's average at best. To not say it's bad. But yeah, it's just a quest like that. Obviously you can find a better armor. But it doesn't matter.
It's drizzling.
I'll sell it. And make some money that I'm not using.
Geralt, good of you to come by. What can I do for you?
Why would they upgrade it for the enhanced edition? I mean, I don't know, I'm not sure. Oh, look, I can play Gwen, but why would they improve it? I don't think so. In the end, it's just an armor. It's not the master. Wait, it's not an armor for a set. It's just a random armor, so it doesn't really matter. It's blood and wine that actually changes everything, and you got some sets and stuff.
Up for a few rounds of Gwent?
I'm not sure that it levels up from Master Blacksmith, but I don't know. I can't say much. I don't know it, but at least before, it never really leveled up. Oops, I got monsters, and I have a Nilfgaard as well. Let's try to play with Nilfgaard then. Fighting Frost, Deca, Commander's Horn. This one is useless one. Oh no, wait. No, it's not. Or is it? I'm not sure. I need Dandelion. And I get only one spy. I'll replace Yennefer. One. See what you're doing there. It happens, it happens. Doesn't matter. I'll restart the game. You see, it's a complete random. I can. You either got spice or not.
Geralt!
Up for a few rounds of Gwent?
Not any Commander's Horn. I have a Dandelion. It's not really challenging, it just depends on what cards do you have. You see, now I have 2 spies, now I have 3 spies. See, I have more chances to win. When you rely on spies, you need those spies in the very beginning of the game. Otherwise, it's just all of that is pointless. All your strategy starts to fall apart. You need to use your cards in an intelligent manner. The game of spies. Man, that's funny. Spies and decoys, that's funny. It's not even plain, it's Nilfgaard and Empire. Oh boy. Things are getting out of hand. 1 2 3 4 5 Those are some crazy bonuses, look at those. 3 units with the Commander's Horn, 38, and those were the lowest units possible. 2 power units, 2 points. You see, random is cruel. When you have spies, everything goes fine. When you don't have spies, things are just sad. No spies, no decoys. And that's it. Avallac'h smuggler. Who is that? Probably an elf, so I tell. Okay, I see. Well, I got a complete elf deck, I suppose. That's great. I can try to play with elves as well. 3 decoys. Abiding frost, do I need it? Maybe against monsters or something? What's recessed?
Geralt, good of you to come by. What can I do for you?
So what's the armor?
My armor coming along all right?
It's ready. I've reinforced the joints and bathed it in acid, as my clan's tradition demands.
Thanks. How much do I owe you?
Oh, please. I'd not be here if it weren't for you. It's a gift, in thanks for what you did. Take it, and may it serve you well.
Thanks. And you take care.
Which yeah. Wow. Look, my random a yellow armor is better than armor. What? Whatever. I'll sell. Northern Realms deck, you mean, or what? I'm using it all the time. That's the problem. So I'm trying to get out of this comfort zone and use other decks. Nilfgaard and Elves. I mostly play with Northern Realms, but that's the problem, you see. This is a long quest. Maybe I need to make it in the next part. Let's meet Hattori. Skellige deck. I don't remember what is the Skellige deck. We'll have it in Blood and Wine, but I'll refresh my memory. But so far I'm not sure. There are some mutations, I think, with mushrooms and stuff, berserks and. I need to refresh my memory. This is it will be the last quest. To dusk.
Holy fuck, sir.
I don't see Hattori.
Ah, fuck.
Wow.
But that twin. Let us live, eh? Swords? What? Not safe round here.
Why are you looking at me cross-eyed, grey boy?
I feel like there's something wrong. I did the main quest and Hattori disappeared. Doesn't seem to be there. Wow. I'll probably make it in the next part because apparently he's not here. We'll try to find some solution for that.
Your mug, it just ain't like any I've ever seen.
I'll try to Google it. Sorry. They showed that he's here. Look at the
Hey,
black
Whitey, why'd your hair go white?
blacksmith icon in the minimap, but he's not here. That is very weird.
Here to talk about the contract.
Contract? Ah, yes. Put my mark to something of the sort. Seems a creature's attacking lonely passers-by, abandoning their corpses in gutters around Oxenfurt.
Isn't that something you should look into?
Perhaps, but we've a plough-in war to win. Haven't got the time to clean gutters.
I'll take the job. Need to hear some details.
You'll learn everything I know.
Like to examine the victims' bodies.
A corpse is a corpse.
I see the wounds. Might be able to tell what kind of monster killed them.
Ask our Sawbones. He'll know if the corpses have been burned or not. You'll most likely find him in the hut on the riverbank. Our impromptu morgue.
Any witnesses to these attacks? Anyone see the beast?
Some woman survived an attack. They say she's not been sober since. I'd try the tavern in Oxenfurt if you're willing to try talking to her.
Won't give me any trouble with the reward, will you?
Nah, I want this out of my hair.
I think I remember this quest.
You'll choke to death on 3 pounds of steel.
One drink, all I had.
This tavern seems so small compared to those taverns in Avallac'h.
Oh, will you buy a round for a victim of the beast?
Tell me about the monster. How you were attacked.
I'd need another bottle to get through it.
I think you'll tell me everything I need to know. Bottle or no bottle.
Yes, I will. I was leaving the inn that night. Might have had a drink, or 5. I'm sure I wasn't hallucinating. Something down an alley caught my name. It was dark. Couldn't see what it was, but it wasn't no human. Of that I'm certain.
What makes you so sure?
I just know. This thing grabbed the hem of my skirt, but I broke free and ran.
That it? You didn't see much.
Don't believe me either, do you? Fuck you! Fuck you all!
Just you wait. The witch hunters will see to you.
One drink, all I had.
Feisty, eh?
Stitch red to red?
You the medic? I'd like to see the monster's victims.
Oh, yes. I've not had them burned yet. Must get to that.
You done autopsies yet? Intend to?
Why would I? Beggars and vagrants. Every last one stinking of cheap wine.
Mind if I have a look?
In point of fact, I'd prefer you didn't sniff around.
Gonna make me come back with a written order?
Good grief. Pushy, aren't we? Here, the key to the morgue. Look all you want.
He was drunk. Someone dragged him over the cobblestones. Fang marks on his neck. Vampire sucked his blood. Vampire bites and the strong stench of alcohol, just like the other one.
If you were an ordinary man, I'd diagnose anemia.
Know what they say about you lot? If you seek justice, hire a witcher.
Have we not met before? In love,
Know what they say about you
another
lot?
corpse yesterday.
Save me.
Strange to the last
I'm
drop. Not an
dying
ounce of blood
poverty.
left. Skin and bones.
Past. Streets aren't safe no more.
Ah, you got nothing to fear. Haven't you heard? The beast only attacks rich blokes. Won't even glance at you.
Since when's a monster care if a man's wealth
A bracelet, pretty worn. Silver under the gilding. Too big for a woman's wrist. Attacker lost it most likely. Fondness for jewelry. Wounds on the victims' bodies. Everything suggests a katakan. Except this vampire likes the blood of drunkards. That's the way to lure it out.
Well,
Know what they say about
apparently
you lot? If you seek
there's
justice.
no other choice.
Oh, I remember you. What'll it be?
Wanna get drunk off my ass, and it's gotta be on cheap wine.
Trouble with the lass? Or did your enterprise go under?
Neither, just part of the job.
I'll need you to pay in advance.
And keep it coming.
Wow.
What's an oddity like that to me?
Oh. Gross.
Once was a maid from Vico Varro. Tight at night she'd be Ruska morrow. Early in the morning. Another maid from Vico Varro. Cloud with pleasure, drank with sorrow, till early in the morning.
You do know
Katakan didn't hear it. I'll try another verse.
I can run, I can jump. How people are walking like that?
Ain't at
It's
the
crazy.
Kingfisher, you're sorted for at least 2 days. Just gotta adjust the good position where they toss the lip.
At least in video game you kinda understand it.
Our
You
third
understand
maid
certain
was
things.
not in hand.
Imagine in your
Came
life.
up to any man standing early in the
What's the meaning of this? Such rudeness and vulgarity, young people these days.
All right, all right. Sheesh.
Part of the job. The innkeeper was like, wow, what is this job? Whatever, man.
You'll choke to death on £3 of steam. In a hurry.
I sense your blood.
Come out and fight, bitch.
I shall drink your blood.
Come on, cut the shit. Where's that damned katakan? I can hear it.
Seems that medic's running late, Knowles.
It's kind of funny how vampires are the only creatures that are, well, if we do not take into consideration Dopplers or something, that are can
Going to the hut by the
transforming
river.
and living with people. Does it mean I can make a decoction? Wow.
Killed the monster that was murdering folk. Turns out a katakan was prowling the city.
You speak true. But what on earth's a katakan?
A higher vampire. Particularly interesting case, this one.
How the hell could a foul beast be interesting?
This one liked alcohol. Had a hugely inflated ego, too.
What matters is you snuffed it out. Due some praise for that, Witcher.
So long.
Well. Wow. Well. They give me a lot of money. A lot. And that's it for the part 33. So all other quests and contracts are not related to the main quest line, the main story, so you're... I'll do them, definitely, and I still got 2 DLCs to do, but this is the end of the main story. Ciri survived, and it's great. Geralt ended with Triss. Yennefer is... got no idea what happened to Yennefer. I guess we better not touch this, it's a very delicate topic. And that's it. Yeah. Dijkstra is the ruler, so everything is fine. And I'll continue very soon with the part 34. Just save the game.